Hi everyone, my name is Vinay Kapoor. I work in the product management team and I'm really excited about this demo. I'm going to show you how with the April 2020 release of ClickView and QCS, you can now wire up your ClickView deployment, which is on-prem on Windows, with a QCS deployment in the cloud and distribute documents from the Windows deployment for consumption in QCS. In order to get started, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move over to ClickView and to the beloved QMC, and I'm going to first start by wiring up my ClickView deployment to QCS. So here I am on the QMC. I'm just going to start by going to the System tab in QMC, and what I can do here is under the Cloud Deployments folder, I can now actually go ahead and add my QCS deployment. So I click on Cloud Deployment. When I do that, you can see I have a Kubernetes deployment already wired up. I hit the plus button, and as soon as I do that, I have this place where I can add a server URL. So I'm going to go over to QCS. I'm going to copy that URL, and then I'm going to go here and paste the URL into this ClickView QMC. There we go. I hit apply, and now I'm ready to copy over the configuration to QCS. So there's really not much to configure here. I can hit this click cloud services configuration. I hit the generate configuration button, get the signature, copy that to clipboard using that button, and that's pretty much it, right? I mean, I'm done here. Hit apply. I'll go to QCS. Under my name, I have the administration capabilities. So I'm a tenant admin. I hit administration. And within the administration capability, I now have the possibility to add an identity provider with BYO IDP. So here in the identity provider section, I'm going to add a new multi-cloud identity provider, which is my ClickView server. So I hit create new, select type multi-cloud. I can enter a description that's optional. So I type in ClickView Windows deployment. Then I have the bearer token, which I copied over from ClickView. I paste it here, and that's it. I have wired up the two deployments. On this server, I also have set up one managed space. This is the sales space where I'm going to actually, where the document will eventually end up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my documents. I'm going to select the document, which is the beloved movies database. You may remember this from the past. And I'm going to set up a new task here. I'll set up a distribution task that essentially distributes this document over to QCS. So I hit plus, I type in the task name, and I'm going to simply call it distribute movies database. I can enter a description if I want to. I'm going to hit apply, and there's a few things I can do now. Obviously, I can set up reloads in this task. I'm going to disable them because I already have a reload task. I can reduce this if I want to. I'm going to skip over that. I really want to go over to the distribute section, and here I have a couple of options right here. Distribute link, which I can do if I want to, or I can distribute the document, right? This is new. So I click on that. In this drop down, select the cloud deployment. Again, I just added this deployment a few minutes ago. I select that and I hit apply, and that's really it. That's the minimum configuration that's required for this task to actually distribute this QVW file, this document from on-prem over to the server. So here you see that task. I hit play, and at this point now the magic is happening in the background. This QVW file is actually being distributed to my QCS server. So let's go and check it out. Here I go to the hub, and there we go. There's the file. So this is pretty exciting because we just distributed this QVW file. Let's open it on this QCS server, and here this is pretty cool. I'm opening this. You can see I'm opening actually on QCS, and I'm clicking around, and this is opening in ClickView on QCS. So the ClickSense engine is actually opening this document as I'm clicking around in the ClickView mode, as we call it. So I have the full green, white, gray ClickView experience, and you know, I can go in and make selections. I can go back, and I have all of the normal options that are available to a user. So I can see, if I go into details, this is type is ClickView. It's only accessible to me right now. So the distribution actually does require one more manual step where I have to go and assign a space to this document later. What I also want to show you is the capability of IE plugin that we have made available in QCS, and that depends really on the browser you're using. So here I have Chrome, and I'm looking at this context menu in Chrome, and I can see, I just have the regular options. There's no way to open this document in IE plugin. But if I now go to Internet Explorer and I look at the same options, this is Internet Explorer 11, as you can see here, and I hit those same three dots, I can see that there is the option of opening this app in IE plugin that's available to me as a user. So if I was to hit that, this document would actually open in IE plugin. Now this option does require certain prerequisites to be in place. The IE plugin has to be installed on the computer that the user is accessing QCS from, and it has to be configured, and that's about it. As long as the user is using Internet Explorer and they have IE plugin installed on the computer, that option will show up automatically. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the demo. I hope you enjoyed it and you found it useful.